Hello, friends. Welcome to the Confidence Zone with the Confidence Coach, Susan Axelrod. Hi, that's me. I'm still playing with my intro and my branding and having so much fun with that. As I was sitting here getting ready to say hello to you, I always look at my frame, of course. I teach webcam confidence, and part of being confident on webcam is your frame. And look what I see that you can see. This is my morning coffee. Yes, it's 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'm still sipping on my ice cold morning coffee. My kids always hate it when I would get into my car and at the end of the day and drink my morning coffee. But it means if it's still here, that I had a beautiful full day, which I did. I had a wonderful day talking with my regular clients, and then I had a call with a potential client, which I think I'm going to get because I want to work with them. I want to work with them so badly because I love everything about them. And so when I have a knowing that I want to work with someone, then I just pretty much say, I want to work with you. So please hire me. I do. It's not from arrogance or ego. It's from, in this case, it's an organization with a mission that touches my heart deeply. And so I made a good offer to work on behalf of this mission, which is deeply important to me. And it's a no brainer from their perspective. And I really want to work with them. So that's what I said. I left it like, here's what I'm going to do for you. I really want to work with you. Let me know if you want to. And that was it. I let it go. So we'll see what he comes back with. I was just on the phone with my sister, Laura. If you're watching, hey, it struck me so much what you just said to me, and I wanted to share it here in the confidence zone. I was telling my sister that I'm going to be doing something in the month of November. And she said to me, "What? Are you crazy?" And and she said, "Aren't you too busy for that?" or something like that. Or she said something like, "Isn't that a lot for you?" And I said, "No, I don't think so." I had to stop for a minute and and feel whether or not it was a lot for me. So I always honor when somebody asks me a question like that instead of just defensively being like, "I can do it." No, it's not, you know. Now I'm like, "I don't think it's a lot. Hold on. Let me check in. Let me check in the multiple dimensions that I work in now and see if it's a lot." So I decided it's a great topic for the confidence zone. What is a lot for you? When we are in what I call too muchness, overwhelm, that chaosy feeling, when you're in that a lot, I got this going on and that going on and that and that and that and the other thing, then something may be a lot for you. And what is a lot for you may not be a lot for someone else, right? And vice versa. What you see as a lot to someone else may not be a lot for, to you or to them or whatever. And so, but when we're in too muchness, then what happens? Our confidence begins to wane. Why? Because then we're not exactly sure if we can get it done. We're not exactly sure if we can get to everything. We're not exactly sure if we can accomplish what we want to accomplish, especially that which we committed to. And so that really does begin to eat away at your confidence. And that's why I feel this is a good topic for the confidence zone. What is a lot to you? Do you have markers for what is enough? That's juicy and delicious and energizing and invigorating, where you wake up every day and be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, versus what is a lot, where you begin to feel like, your shoulders get heavy, you get tired from thinking about it, you may even get energy fatigue, you may get physical body fatigue, and then of course it goes on from there. So then a lot moves to too much, because if you're in that too much space, it's a lot for me, then you may not be able to really get your arms around it. So what do? We measure it, we weigh it, we feel it, we look at it, we open up to, to the possibility of where am I? Like, what do I have going on? Where is my emotional state of being right now with what I have going on, right? Because for me personally, as I've been sharing here in my live and also privately in my personal Facebook community, that I have deep emotional stuff going on in me. And that has to do with the death of my mother and some other personal things going on, as well as some things going on in the world. And so, if you are in a difficult emotional state that you haven't processed through, then what you're usually able to do may be too much now. Or if you're in a good, healthy emotional state, if you had a great weekend, you're ready to go this week and you've got it all going on, you've got some structure in place, you've got systems in place, your strategy is clear, then you can take on the world, right? Now you have that confident, like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Something else comes along and you're like, I want to do that too, right? And so I use a lot of measures in my work, both personally and in my work as a coach. I have something called the confidence marker. And I've mentioned it here before. It's a beautiful card that I designed with a big peacock feather background. And it's a scale of 1 to 10. And the question is, how confident do I feel? And so I have them in various places around my house. I give them to clients. It's always part of what I include for my clients so that you can see in real time this measure. We also measure the better feeling scale, as you know, if you follow me. But this is the confidence marker. How confident do I feel? So my sister was like, "Isn't that a lot for you?" I said to myself, "Is it a lot? I don't think it's a lot. No, I don't think it's a lot." And but I do want to pay attention to that. I do want to tend to that so that my confidence stays really at a certain level. And that is what allows me to accomplish as much as I accomplish and achieve that which I want to achieve. Now I'll tell you, um, I'll tell you something else that came up. Someone on LinkedIn, someone I don't really know very well. I've networked with them on LinkedIn in one group, but I've never met them personally. I've never had a personal call. But he sent me something about that another confidence coach is doing. And and he said, "Oh, I thought of you. I wondered if you might be interested in this." I was like, "You thought of me? Thank you so much." Right. And then I went and looked at what this confidence coach is doing. I'm like, "Oh, that hurts." Because, first of all, she's at least 10 years younger than I am. She's gorgeous beyond compare. And she's got this speaking reel and all this stuff going on, like big time, you know, all these top companies and all these media outlets and all this stuff. And I am human. And so I had all these feelings coming up for me, right? But that became a lot for me. That's why I'm bringing it up. That actually became a lot for me. The a lot for me was comparing myself to anyone else, not doing something that is personal and of interest to me. Even if I do have to fit it in and around something, but it's something that I want to do. It's meaningful to me. But what is a lot for me is when I start comparing myself to someone else, and isn't she the real confidence coach? Oh my gosh, isn't she the real thing? What am I doing? Am I the real thing? Well, of course I am, because I'm sitting here talking to you about it. I'm in the real space, right? This is the space that I've created to show women in the second half of life that your life can be transformed, that you can create a new career, that there is impact that you can make, that you can do something with your passion space, that you can share your passion outward to help others and be in service. That's actually why that first thing isn't a lot. And Thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne says you are definitely the real thing. Thank you so much, friend. But that's why that first thing isn't a lot for me, because it's something I'm actually in service to. And that's part of the basis of kind of who I am and how I see myself and how I want to show up in the world. This other thing, when I was grateful that the guy thought of me as the confidence coach, right? And he shared something with me. But once I started going down that rabbit hole of comparing myself to this other person who has attained a level of mass media that I don't actually even really aspire to attain that, but it wouldn't suck. you know. um, that became that felt like a lot to me. That felt like a burden. That felt like too much. That felt like, not good. That's when I began to be in that state of being that doesn't work for me. And so I pulled myself back from the edge. I exited out of that tab and I moved on with my day because I don't have to compare myself to anyone. That's confidence. So I ask you, what is a lot for you? Are you aware of what is a lot for you or what is too much or what's not enough? These are markers and measures that can serve you to be in the real impact space that you want to be confidently, securely, without anxiety. And that's the confidence zone. So, to my sister, if you're watching, I know you're driving, hands free. Thank you for my topic of conversation today. I've thought about it energetically, and I don't think it's too much for me. So, I'm going to still do that other thing. But I am always glad to have the opportunity to check in with myself like, oh, is it or is it not? That's how you rise in confidence. All right, friends, that's it for today. I want to remind you that I've opened my writing accountability group Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Eastern. Contact me here in the comments if you want the Zoom link. It's free, it's fun, and it will change your life or your business if you get into a weekly writing habit. Okay? All right, friends, that's it. See you tomorrow for live. Bye bye.